Good. So ready with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Very nice. I'm very excited today.
Thank you,
Really
ma'am.
wanting to see how far we have reached together. Good. Nice.
Same, likewise, ma'am.
Yes, I'm sure the excitement is equally, with you all as well. So we'll just wait. I think Parappa would also be joining in. I've spoken to him in the evening, asking about his mother, and I think Isha also would be joining. I'll still drop in a prompt once again in the group.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. So presentation is made.
Ma'am, I'm not getting.
Did you make the presentation?
Yes, ma'am. I make
Okay.
by through mobile phone only, ma'am.
That's all right.
Okay, ma'am. I have to leave around 8:30 p.m.
Yes.
So may I start my presentation, ma'am?
Yes, you please start. Then we'll not waste any more time waiting. I've dropped in a message for them to join. You start.
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, is my screen is visible, ma'am?
It is visible.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, it's my first time to share a presentation. How to share, ma'am? I'm not sorry for asking that, ma'am.
On the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
So you just click. It should. Here it says na share. So you share the
Yes, ma'am.
screen.
Sure, ma'am. After that,
Yes.
Sorry to
is it
interrupt.
visible, ma'am?
Yeah.
Sahil, yes, you are already sharing your screen. Now, if you change the desktop or change the screens of your phone, your people to us.
PPT should be visible then. Yes.
Is it my screen is visible right now, ma'am?
It is visible, but we can't see where have you stored the PPT.
Sure, ma'am. I'm changing, ma'am. Is it opening, ma'am?
It is opening.
Yes, ma'am. It's
Yes.
open now, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
Isha and Parappa also have joined. Very nice. So Neha ma'am, can you
Sahil,
guide
ma'am,
that?
I'll just, sorry to interrupt, ma'am. I'll just advise you to rotate your screen. It will be
Okay,
clearly.
ma'am.
Okay. Now,
Right now, ma'am?
yes, because we have technical expert Neha ma'am with us today. She'll be navigating us through the PPTs. Thanks, ma'am, for the support.
It's my duty, ma'am.
Ma'am, is my screen is visible?
It is, but we can't see the presentation as of now.
Okay, ma'am. Give me a second, ma'am. Right now, ma'am?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, ma'am. Is it appropriate in direction, ma'am?
You can rotate the phone and make it look better by rotating it to horizontal mode.
Sure, ma'am. I am trying, but it's not getting in horizontal mode, ma'am.
Okay.
I think in PPT mode, the phone is not in rotation mode, ma'am.
Neha ma'am, what do? We ask them to send the PPT when
Sahil,
we say it?
you can export it as a PDF, or you can just send to Meenakshi, ma'am. She'll send it to me.
Right? You share
Sure,
it with
ma'am. Sure.
me.
Okay, ma'am. I'm sharing.
Please do.
Ma'am, I have the PDF option also, ma'am. Just give me a second, ma'am. If not so, then I will put down it on. Yes, ma'am. Is it clear, ma'am?
It is clear.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, actually, sorry for all the delays, ma'am. I didn't read the whole message carefully, but suddenly, after ma'am, you sent a message regarding that I and Arapa are both chose the same topic.
Yes.
After that, Arapa sir sent a message that he will change the topics. After that, I make a PDF by just seeing a YouTube video and make a search on points on Google, and
Hmm.
I didn't put any images on that. But
That's all
I
right.
find out some helpful points. and subtitles as well as the titles. So I
Yeah.
added some of the points.
Okay.
So, ma'am, may I start, ma'am?
Please do.
Sure. Good evening, friends. Today's my presentation topic is armed forces in humanitarian assistance. And the subtitle of the topic is Serving Humanity Beyond Borders. So first, what is humanitarian assistance? That means that the aids provided during natural disasters and in any war like conflicts and emergencies. Then the next point comes out, why armed forces? Why not other instead of other armed forces? The reason behind armed forces is rapid response, logistical expertise, and specialized skills. Because armed forces trained in all those purposes, so that's why armed forces uh, chose as a first options for humanitarian assistance. Next, the key rules of armed forces. What is the how armed forces maintain their roles? First one is rapid response to emergencies, search and rescue operations, transporting essential supplies. Second one is logistical and infrastructure support. That means look at various branches of armed forces have, like engineers. They can and army supply corps as well. They provide supply, and engineer also maintain infrastructure the road as well as bridges as soon as possible. The reason behind uh, and also in like in the natural disasters in places like Assam and etc. There in flood issue happened in the season. So at that moment, they temporarily make shelters and camps also for the people. Other than the third one is medical assist. So in medical assist, am I audible, ma'am?
You are audible.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. If any suggestion, ma'am, please stop me and give me the feedback as well. I am just continuing on my
You
PPT, ma'am.
please continue. I'm noting down the points. We'll quickly share with you because I know you have to leave by 8:30. You
Sure,
continue.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And in medical assistance, like establishing field hospital. Field hospital means in a group of peoples are there living, and there is a short few doctors will be there and establish a camp, and they will take care of all those group of peoples in a short period of time and provide them facilities of medicines. Now, I will go to the international humanitarian missions. That means how our armed forces maintain the humanitarian assistance internationally, like peacekeeping and UN missions. There is a place supporting displaced populations in conflict zones, like in the last year that was happened in the Turkey earthquake. Our armed forces provide humanitarian aid to the Turkey and also coordinating with international organizations like United Nations. And now talk about the disaster relief across borders. There is an example that showed that Indian Armed Forces aid during Nepal earthquake in 2015. And later on, I also put it down the 2023 that the Turkey earthquake that was happened, and how our armed forces helped us and provided facilities. Now the next topic is specialized capabilities of armed forces. How that means that what are the specialization that the armed forces have? There is an examples are there, technology and expertise, use of satellite imaging for disaster assessments, communication systems for coordination. In armed forces, now I belong to the category of corps of signals. The motto of signals is exchange of information between two places or two persons. It's
Very
provided
nice.
by corps of signal. So there is a communication system for coordination that's provided by armed forces as soon as possible in any places and any high altitude. And there is an adaptability also, that is operating in challenging terrains and adverse conditions. That I also mentioned it. And there are some examples of armed forces in humanitarian assistance.
like Indian Armed Forces relief during the 2004 tsunami and Operation Rahat in Yemen 2015. Second one is US military humanitarian responses after the 2010 Haiti earthquake. And the next one is UN missions, armed forces from various nations aiding South Sudan and Syria.
Mm.
There is the next slide. In the next slide, I will talk about the challenges faced by armed forces. The first one is coordination with civilian agencies. That means differences in operational approaches. Like that, every state has their own this humanitarian assistance aid. So coordination with that branches or that agency is being a difficult situation in that period of time. And there is a next one is limited resources. That means balancing military duties and humanitarian roles, both the things at the same time.
Mm.
And the next one is political sensitivities. Neutrality concern in conflict zones. That's and next slide I will talk about the future prospects. That means that in future how it will work. First one is strengthening civil military cooperation. So for that it will be a good opportunity for the armed forces as well as civil cooperation. And second one is increasing focus on disaster preparedness and capacity building. And third one is use of advanced technology for efficient responses. Nowadays, UAVs are using in various places. So advanced technology is getting implemented on day by day, and it will be a helpful opportunity for the forces. So in the last, and that is the conclusion, that armed forces are critical in delivering humanitarian assistance due to their efficiency, resources, and adaptability. They work alongside civilian organizations to provide immediate relief and long-term recovery. So in the last, I would start say about a quote that in serving others, we find our purpose. Thank you, ma'am. It's all about from my presentation.
Very nice
Thank
attempt. Very nice
you.
attempt. So, full marks, Aninul, for mentioning the motto of signals. That was so spot on and so apt, because that actually was what the gist of the topic is. And the examples which you quoted, where all Indian Army played a very key role in, solving a lot of the natural problems what people had gone into, recovering them, rescuing them, and all of that. Examples were spot on again, and very, very nicely made. I think a few key areas you should work on, which would be your you need to elaborate a bit more, okay, on the key points. Like very few points were there on the slides, which is very good. It was not cluttered, the presentation was nice. But if you could elaborate a little, like political sensitivities, as you mentioned, what do you mean by that? Okay, what are the areas they need to be, clear about, and all of that. So if we mention a little bit about those, that will add on to the impact of the presentation. Okay? A few pronunciation errors were there. Peoples is no word, it is people. Okay? So don't say peoples, it is people. And pictures, if you insert, or maybe a flow chart, or maybe a diagram, it will give more weightage to the content. That is another point. Disaster. You mispronounce disaster. It is disaster. Okay? That is one pronunciation. Expertise. Expertise nahi, expertise. Okay? And chose ki jagah, I think the use was wrong. It should have been chosen. We chosen Indian Army. It should be the army is chosen for this reason. Okay? That has to be framed little more correctly. Implemented, the new technology is implemented on day by day, is being implemented on daily basis. That would be a better sentence. Okay? Well done. If you would have spent a little more time, it would have been even better, I am sure. Now this PPT you can send me. And anybody else also, Parappa and Isha, if you have your PPTs on the phone, please send. We'll request Neha ma'am to run those for us, because then it will be much more clearer. Okay? So then it will be better for the presentation also. Parappa, your PPT is on the phone. Samuel, you can leave the class. I know you have to go at 8:30. Yeah?
Sure, ma'am. Thank you,
you
ma'am.
can leave
Jain,
the
ma'am.
class and see the recorded video for the other two participants, how they are presenting. All
Sure,
right.
ma'am. Please share the link, ma'am, after the class.
It will be uploaded. You'll get to see on LMS only. So,
Sure, ma'am. Sure,
right?
ma'am.
Chaliye.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Jai Hind. Good participation.
Jain,
Full
ma'am.
on. Very nice. Parappa, are you there? Parappa, are you there?
Just I sent the video, ma'am, in the group.
You send me in the group. Yes. Okay. Neha ma'am, I should forward it to you.
No, I can take it from the group itself.
I've sent it to you, ma'am. Where has Isha gone now? I think her network is giving trouble.
Is my screen visible to you, ma'am?
It is very much visible, ma'am. Right. Parappa, can we start? You ready?
Yes, ma'am. May I start, ma'am?
I am just trying to call up Isha because she should be seeing this. Just give me a moment. So Parappa, Isha is joining. There's network issue. Now when Isha will be there, you also keep your pen and paper handy. You will give her a feedback about her presentation as well. We didn't do it for Saninol because he had to leave early. So for Isha's
Yes, ma'am.
presentation, you should be ready with pen and paper. I have mine. We'll note down all the important points of discussion so that we all benefit from it. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So she is joining. We'll wait a while and then we start. So you also made the presentation very in a jiffy, I guess, है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Whereas the topics were given yesterday only, and I had asked in the group only that you choose your topics so that there's no duplicacy of the topic. So if you'd have chosen the topic and posted, it would have been easier. Ha, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please tell me, Neha, ma'am. Chaliye, we can start with the presentation. Neha, ma'am, are we good to go?
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Right, ma'am. So Parappa, let's start. Isha shall join. Chaliye.
Jain, ma'am. Jain to all. Today, I am giving a presentation on cyber security. It's a growing threat to national security. Let's see the introduction. Introduction. The rapid advancement of technology and the increasing reliance on digital infrastructure have transformed the way nations operate, interact, and conduct business. However, this digital revolution has also introduced a new and evolving threat to national security. National security. Security. Cyber security threats become a pressing common for governments and organizations and individuals worldwide, as they can compromise sensitive information, disrupt critical infrastructure, and undermine economic stability. Let's we see the types of the cyber threats. First one, malware and ransomware. Second is phishing and social engineering. Third one is denial of service and disruption denial of service. Fourth one is advanced persistence threats. Fifth one is insider threats. Let's see the short explanation one by one. Malware and ransomware. Malicious software designed to harm or exploit computer systems. Second is phishing and social engineering. Tactics used to trick individuals into divulging sensitive information. Third one is denial of service and disruption denial of service. Overwhelming a system with the traffic to make it unavailable. Fourth one is advanced persistence threats. Targeted attacks by nation or state actor or organization crime groups. Fifth is insider threats. Malicious activities by authorized personnel with the access to sensitive information. These are types of national securities. Then, sorry, ma'am. And next, we see the impact on national security. First one is intellectual property theft. Second one is critical infrastructure disruption. Third one is economic instability. Fourth one is national security breaches. Let's we see the short explanation one by one. First one is intellectual property theft. Intellectual property theft is a cyber espionage can compromise a sensitive information, undermining a national competences. Second is critical infrastructure disruption. Critical infrastructure disruption, cyber attacks can disrupt essential services such as power grids, transportation systems, and healthcare services. Third one is economic instability. Cyber attacks can compromise financial institutions, leading to economic instability and loss of public trust. Fourth one is national security breaches. National security breaches cyber attacks can compromise the sensitive national security information, undermining defense capabilities. These are the impact of national securities. Next, we uh, would like to see a measure of enhanced cyber security. Let's see one by one. Implement robust cyber security frameworks. Second is invest in a cyber security infrastructure. Third is conduct a regular cyber security audits. Fourth one is develop cyber security awareness and training programs. Last one is foster international cooperation. Let's see the one by one short examples with explanations. Develop and sorry, ma'am.
No problem.
Implement robust cyber security frameworks, develop and enforce comprehensive cyber security policies and procedures. Second one is invest in a cyber security infrastructure, upgrade and maintain cyber security systems, including firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and encrypting technologies. Third one is conduct regular cyber security audits, identify vulnerabilities and weaknesses, and implement corrective measures. Fourth one is develop cyber security awareness and training programs. Educate employees, citizens, and stakeholders on cyber security best practices. Last one is foster international cooperation. Collaborate with the international partners to share intelligence, best practices, and resources. These are the cyber securities growing to the national threats. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So, Isha, did you note down a few pointers to give to Parappa about his presentation?
Actually, I prepared for a lecture, ma'am, on it.
This should have been a presentation, Parappa. The message stated a presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes. So, the format of presentation, what we had discussed in the previous live and in the subsequent week, we worked on presentation only. So, I wanted a proper presentation where there is introduction, main body, and then we come to the conclusion. And it was a nice presentation, but I felt that you could have prepared it better. I know you changed the topic last minute. That is why this is happening. But then ultimately, see, the entire thing boils down to the fact that it could have been presented much better, because the kind of experience you have by your side, I am sure, agar thoda pehle you should have tried, it could have been even better. All right. So
Yes,
that's okay. When we have the next round of presentations, I am expecting a better job from you, Parappa. You are the senior most amongst the lot. All right. So
Yes.
the content was very well taken. Number one, it was very apt. Then a few things I think, as I told you, we could go better are a few pronunciation errors, security, reliance, divulging, sensitive information, competitiveness, denial, and a few more. So this would come if you practice a bit more before delivering the presentation. Okay?
Yes.
So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So all what I could feel is that there could have been little more time devoted. I know, mummy theek nahi hai. It is difficult for you. So it is all right for the first time. And also you and also Samuel also I'll just send the written feedback that we can have question answers towards the end if someone wants to ask anything. ठीक है?
Yes.
That is also a point which is gone missing somewhere. ठीक है? So for the first round, it was not bad, but I do expect a bit more from you for the next round of presentations, Barappa. All right? Take
Yes,
action
ma'am.
in time, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
good job done for the first time. We have a way ahead now also. Isha, are you ready, beta, with yours? Isha, are you there, bache?
Yes, ma'am, I am here.
Bete, you want me to ask, request Neha ma'am to run the PPT for you, or you can do it on your own end?
Ma'am, want to say something before that.
Yeah.
So sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Firstly, you have mentioned presentation, but I took it on a different way. I prepared lecturate on that topic
We never
rather
said
than
lecture.
giving
It
presentation.
means none of you could actually read the message, and that is how, है ना?
I don't know, ma'am, how it happens, but I prepared the lecturate. But for the when Sainul sir was giving his presentation, I was like shocked. Like this is the thing ma'am told us to do today.
Yes.
So
Yes, we had to do the presentation only. See, the message stated that you need to make a
yes,
presentation.
ma'am. But I'm so sorry. But I'll definitely come up with a good presentation in our second live, which is on
Okay.
Tuesday.
Fine. So we'll give you a 3 minutes time to incorporate that. All right. For now, you prepared whatever your lecture. Let's have it in the lecturate form, and let's see what all are the key areas where we have to polish it up so that when you present it on Tuesday, then you come up with a bang. All right. Chalo. Let's
Yes,
start.
ma'am. Means I need to give you a lecturate right now.
Now that's what you prepared, na beta. So that I'm ready for that. So let's hear the content, and then we'll transfer it into a PPT format. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Yes.
So I would like to start my lecturate from a with a
By
quote.
switching on the camera.
Ma'am, right now I'm not able to turn on my camera
Why?
because I'm not in on that place right now.
Acha. All right. Chalo. Start. Never mind.
Yes,
Start.
ma'am. So, firstly, I would like to start my presentation with a quote or my lecturate with a quote like the groundwork of all happiness is uh, the groundwork of all happiness is health. Whether if we see it on national or on global level, if the people's health is not good, then there will be no development. So this is going to be our today's lecture topic: role of public health in national security. Moving forward to the introduction part, today, I am going to talk about the critical role that public health plays in ensuring national security. While national security is often associated with the defense, military power, and political stability, public health is equally important. Now, let's understand what national security is. National security refers to the protection of a nation from threat that could harm its people, economy, or infrastructure.
Hmm.
It also include defense against military threats, maintaining political stability, and ensuring the safety and well-being of its citizens. Moving forward to the health area, A healthy population is key to national security. If disease like COVID-19, Ebola, and influenza spread uncontrollably, then they can also disrupt everyday life. They can also disturb the economy session of our nation. Moving forward to the nation's military safety, the health of nation's military force is vital for national defense. Means disease can weaken the military, while poor health can affect soldiers' performance as well.
Hmm.
When large number of population means the large number of people become sick, it can lead to work loss, means the shortage of business closure and economic disruptions. Moving forward to the global health area, in our globalized world, public health threat can cross borders quickly. Means, for example, if a disease outbreak in one country can rapidly, then it can rapidly affect other nations as well. We can also take example of COVID-19 in that case. Now, as a result, countries must cooperate public health issues to ensure global security. Coming forward to the conclusion part, public health is a key pillar of national security. Healthy population lead to stable economies, strong defense forces, and resilient societies. By investing in public health system and focusing on disease prevention, nation can better protect their citizen and ensure long-term stability. So that's it. Thank you for listening me.
Parappa, any feedback from you, please?
Ma'am,
Any feedback regarding Isha's content?
it was a good. 1 second, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It was a good lecture, ma'am. Lecture it.
Yes.
Actually, I wanted to see it in a presentation because I would like to correction my thoughts by Sandwell and by Isha also, ma'am.
Hmm.
So now my feedback is good, ma'am. According to me, ma'am, it's a good, ma'am.
Okay. So the fact remains. Any particular thing you want to suggest to Isha?
Nothing, ma'am.
All right. So, Isha, the content was very good. You always come up with very good content. I really like that. So, full marks for very good content. It was created very well. PPT's gone missing. That was very upsetting for me to know that, because you were the first to take the topic and reply very quickly. So, make sure, bache, that you read the messages well, so that nothing is left unattended. So that is one. So I want this converted if possible in the PPT, and we'll quickly have a PPT round in the next live. All right. Then listening to me is wrong. Okay, we say thanks for. How did you say? Thanks for listening me. Henna, thanks for listening to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, two is important as a connector between listening and me. Okay, so that was missing. And which is coming forward, we are using it time and again. So we can use better words like moving forward, yeah, next, moreover, adding on to. All right, like these, if you use the phrases, it becomes even better. All right. So on the whole, it was very nice, and I want it converted to PPT. Parappa, can you also convert your content into PPT?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we'll have two presentations. One is Parappa's and one is Isha's for the next live. Precisely 3 minutes each, because we've got already, I prepared the content for the next live, and we will not have much time to conduct these PPT presentations there. So make sure it is time bound so that we take away something from here. All right. And it's very nice the way you people are putting your thought into the entire process, but a little more is expected because each one of you have an a big aim ahead of you, and you cannot shy away. And I purposely gave you topics which were related to SSB, Parapa, because you've been requesting, ma'am, those discussion topics which will help us in SSB. Remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so I specially fished out the topics which are, somewhere revolving around your SSB discussions. So please take these nicely up for the PPT presentation on Tuesday. And that's about it. For today, I think this was all what was planned for. All right. So what do we do? I'll now meet you all on Tuesday for the live, and we'll begin the live quickly with the PPTs and then continue with the other content which is in stored for the Tuesday live. Isha, is that okay with you?
Yes, ma'am, it is okay. But so sorry from my side.
No, you don't have to be sorry. We have to learn something from here, that nothing should be left unattended, because how good we are at following instructions, that also makes a lot of difference. So it's all right. Okay, so we learn something from here. So there's never, we never lose. I believe either we win or we learn. So it's absolutely fine. I'm a very firm believer. So don't feel disheartened. You've learned something from here that next time you have to be even much more sharper. So that's all. Parapa, please look after your mother, and a little more this thing. I don't want you only to read. Okay, I want your thoughts in your PPT. Like whatever you're preparing, you should have those bullet points like Samuel had, and elaborate a little about each point. Okay, just don't go on reading it, because that doesn't sound very impressive later. Okay, so that is
Yes,
all.
ma'am.
Yeah. So good luck, and then we shall meet on Tuesday now.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Chalo. So Jai Hind, and thank you, and come back the wave, the energy with which you should be here. Fine, with that PPT and everything absolutely ready. Okay?
Ma'am, ma'am, want
Yes.
to ask something?
Tell me.
Like in PPT, if we are putting our points, then whatever comes in our mind, like a thought, then we need to put that thought also in our PPT,
It is
or we
up to
can
you.
simply say it.
No,
Uh,
no, it is up to you. See, the basic idea when we were doing presentation is that every key idea should get one slide. Okay, so that there is not too much of a clutter on the slide, so that the other person can absorb the content. But if you feel that you can write the points in bullets, so you can have 2 3 points on the bullets written, and then you can take up each and go on explaining, like Samuel was trying to explain. Yeah, Parapa also tried, to explain briefly. Okay, first he spoke about the main points, and then he said, let me explain these briefly to you. So you can have it either ways. Either you can have bullet points listed, or you can just write a tagline or a thought in the beginning or end of the slide, up to you. All right?
okay, okay, ma'am.
Yes. And also include QA later on, because that keeps your audience engaged. So that is also very nice. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
Right. Chalo, then we sign off for today. And we
Okay,
shall,
ma'am.
yes, we shall meet each other on Tuesday with better presentations ready. And from there, now we'll take up the next topic after the presentations. Chalo. All right. Pleasant evening to you all. Thank you very much. And Jai Hind from my side.
Jai Hind, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Jai
Jai
Hind.
Hind, ma'am. Jai Hind to all.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind. Ma'am, we can stop the